Hello friends and welcome to the first day of 2020's Noclip adventure. Kind of the first day we're both in the office, I guess. Jeremiah.
Hello.
Happy birthday, Jeremy.
Thanks. Welcome to 2020. Happy birthday, the world.
Happy birthday, exactly, yes. The day the earth was born. 2020 years ago. How you doing, Jeremy? It's been a while since I talked.
I didn't know you were a creationist.
Yeah.
All sorts of reveals.
Guess what? Everyone thought I was Catholic.
Yeah.
Nope.
You're like a super creationist though, because even they believe it goes past the year zero.
Fuck those guys. They're not going hard enough.
Yeah, you believe it started when Jesus was born.
I only drink snake oil. I don't even drink water.
Jesus, that's commitment.
What are you working on?
I am diving into. I was doing some color for our lovely friend Edmund McMillan.
Indie Game the movie you're doing.
I'm remastering Indie Game the movie, and I'm starting to cut into our Gish video.
Awesome.
Anniversary of Gish. Edmund McMillan and Alex Austin talking about their wonderful, squishy, dark, physics-based platformer.
Squishy.
So you can't say squishy without getting squished.
I swear to God, it's 2020 and I have that smudge on this lens. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to everyone who's watching this. We'll get rid of the smudge eventually. Thanks, Jeremy. I wanted to do a quick little check-in with everyone because I guess this is the start of us doing these behind the scenes videos proper. So we're not doing the patron show anymore because we basically found out that the overlap with the podcast was crazy. So like we were just repeating ourselves on the patron show. So instead, everyone in the $5 tier is going to be getting like frequent little videos like this, like updates about what we're doing here at the studio, what's coming, all that sort of stuff. So today on this video, I want to quickly kind of give you a tour of the place. As you know, it was all this color last time you were here. As you can see, there's white and there's black. Got a good deal on some white and black paint. We'll talk to you about, show you what the studio looks like. Give you an idea about the new tiers because we've kind of rejumbled the tiers a little bit. Very slightly. Nothing's been taken away, but some stuff's been added. One tier has actually been taken away, but we'll get to that. And then lastly, kind of let you know what's coming up because we are insanely busy this month. We have a load of docs landing, we have a load of docs filming, stuff you don't know about, stuff you'll find out about real soon, and stuff I guess I can talk about now. So let's get into it. Alright, first things first. I spent a lot of time over the break painting this studio because of the awful yellow walls that we really needed to get rid of. An absolute nightmare for filming on. So now our entrance here, our doorway, we don't have much art up. I gotta get rid of all this painting shenanigans, but we've got our Keita Takahashi print up, our sweet Noclip little tagging mold there. And I basically just painted all this white the whole way down to the bottom, which is where we're filming we haven't figured out what to call these videos yet. We're just calling them our GQ style videos because that's all the GQ channel does. We can't come up with a name for them, so I don't know. If you have one, let us know.
Gamesman Quarterly.
Gamer Quarterly.
Yeah,
I like it. No, Gamesman's better actually. It's more hoity-toity. I wasn't arsed painting this little hole we have here, so I just left it as it is. But yeah, we've got a bit more. I don't know. It's a bit brighter. We can flick the lights off, the house lights, and it's nice to work here. It's nice and
very relaxing.
Yeah, it's
easy on the eyes.
I can't see you. The ISO is not as good on this camera as the alpha. Yeah, so it's kind of chill to edit here when we're not blasting our eyes. I gotta put more stuff up on this wall. Is the other thing. Put up some of our witness stuff, witness frames. But yeah, better not show that whiteboard. It probably has some stuff on it we're not supposed to talk about. Yeah, the TV's fucked again. Update. Now it won't turn on, so I'm gonna bring it to someone to get it fixed because it's past warranty and all that. Yeah, so this is the scene where we're gonna be filming a bunch of stuff next week here. Actually, we're gonna be filming 2 interviews with 2 developers who are coming in, which will be pretty cool. I'll talk about that in a second. And then this section over here, we haven't set up yet. This is gonna get, I think I'm putting wallpaper up and some stuff. This is gonna be the set of the new show I've been sort of developing over the break. Something like a sort of a replacement for Escape from Mount Stupid / The Point. That's about sort of weird old games. We're gonna go pretty crazy with the sort of production on that, but more about that later in the month. This shelf, I need to figure out what to do with this. We had it here, but it just didn't fit with the new look set. So this is the set we're recording the podcast on. There's the portable podcast machine. I did some streams over the break here as well, which was cool. And what else did I do here? I forget. I think I did I recorded something for Shift F1 here as well. So it's pretty cool. It works. That the lights aren't on now, so it'll look a lot better when it's lit. I gotta clear up all this crap, but yeah, the old IKEA sort of guys here. Let me turn up the ISO a bit. And then we have some of our PUBG, Half-Life, Spelunky goodness. Our incredible, whoever made this, if you're still a patron, please get in touch. Every time we do a video, I want to mention who it is and I keep forgetting. So please, I love this thing, it's the best. And yeah, we got some old ass TVs we're going to be using for some background stuff. And of course we got BB here and some of our Supergiant friends, and Keita Takahashi's local, so we're going to try and get him on at some stage. But yeah, it's looking good. It's kind of it's finally come together. I think getting the paint on it really helped it pop. These things they're basically like insanely thin pieces of wood. They're like almost veneer thin, and you can buy, I think, oh god, how much did they cost? Was it like 200 for, and there's 3 packs? Is it $600 worth of it? Comes with adhesives on the back of it. And then it was looking a bit too orderly, so at the end I just snapped a bunch of them in half to make it look a bit gnarly, so we could have this kind of effect, and then put up these shelves. And I think it looks all right. I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. I think it's okay. Yeah, so pretty happy with that. No room for you. Yeah, you're back. You're not dead anymore. We gotta change what you're wearing. All right, quick little update on the tiers. So we've trimmed up the tiers a bit. We're not making a big deal of it at the moment because we're going to do a sort of a proper Noclip 2.0 welcome to the studio video soon to try and get a bit more patronage through the doors, and sort of set out what the new look of Noclip is with the video podcast coming with we're filming our first one of that this week. We're going to test it out. Then next week's a lot of that stuff with these GQ style videos we're filming over here. And then with just the way more docs coming, as you saw with myself and Jeremy editing stuff last month. We got Bastion up, we got Outer Wilds up, we got that Tim Willits doc up. I've already finished our Transistor doc. Well, I'll tell you a bit more about that in a second. Jeremy's editing Gish, and we're filming a bunch of stuff this week and next week. So there's just way more stuff coming out. So yeah, we're going to do a push on that. But I just wanted to give you the sort of update on it. So we swapped over on January 1st to these new tiers. Some of them are identical. The $3 one is still the same. You get updates in Discord. The $5 one is the same. You get the Discord is now only for patrons though. So if you have been locked out and you're in the $3 tier, let us know and we'll fix it. But it all looks like it's working as intended. The $5 tier is the same. It's behind the scenes videos like this. Updates and all that sort of stuff, all the travel stuff we do, which we're doing a lot of in the next couple of weeks, and in February we're going to be in Europe again, so there's a lot of stuff going to happen. So all that still in the $5 tier. The $10 tier has now, it used to be just early access, now it's early access and also bonus scenes. So we kept running into the problem where we had leftover footage in our docs that just didn't fit into the arc. So instead of just kind of like, we kind of like threw them into the patron show and did bits and bobs, or like put up little bits on Twitter and stuff. So instead we're editing them nicely. They're like formally edited. The Outer Wilds one, for instance, is about 17 minutes of extra footage that we didn't show in the doc. And that stuff is going to be on Patreon only, so it won't even be on a YouTube link embed. It's going to be through Vimeo. So we're properly sort of putting that behind the $10 paywall. It's kind of a test to see how that works. What we've learned through the questionnaires and through talking to Patreon and YouTube and lots of people is that most of you folks who've stuck with us the whole time you don't give a shit, you're paying and you just want this whole thing to work. But we're not getting as many people to come through the door because we're just giving everything away for free. So one of the things that has come out of that is like, look, if we have all this stuff and we're literally not putting it up anywhere anyway, then put that in as an extra bonus. So that's for the $10 tier. The $20 tier is gone. If you're in the $20 tier now, you will have it forever if you want. If you don't change your tier, you'll have it forever. The $20 tier has been given to the $30 tier. So we don't have a $20 tier now, but the $30 tier is going to have the monthly hangout. The first year we did Hangouts. They're really successful. They were really difficult for me to do with my workload and my mental health and all that sort of stuff. But with the new setup, it's going to be a lot easier, and we're actually going to do them fun, kind of like a live show. So if you're in the $30 tier, you'll also be on the monthly Q&A show hangout thing, which the first one of which is coming up in about 2 weeks' time. We have a date in the calendar for it, but I'll be sharing that with people soon enough. And then for shits and giggles, we put in a ridiculous 1,337, the least tier, because every once in a while we've had people drop like from companies or like rich folks just drop us like a bit of a chunk, usually through the donation box because they don't like the Patreon thing. But we thought this might be an interesting way to see if there are some organizations or companies that like what we do that would not in games necessarily, because that's not what's been happening, but just people who like are patrons of our, who are like work in video or work in education, who kind of like want to support us. That's basically like a way for them to pay for our rent for the month, or it's not even our rent, but it pays for the rent part before all the electricity and the, what is it, CAM or whatever, the money we pay to you know, have the security and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so that's been chucked in as well as a we'll see what happens kind of tier, just for shits and giggles. But yeah, that's the new look for them. We're not making a big deal of it at the moment. We'll put out a trailer probably early February to sort of let people know about the new Noclip 2.0 2020, how it's all going. But we wanted to just kind of focus on the work and actually get everything working and have the podcast be on video regularly like the podcast has been, and get more docs out and then kind of show the proof that's in the pudding, and then ask people to pay for our delicious pudding. Okie dokie, what are we working on? What's coming up? Let's have a look at the calendar. So this week we are, how pink do I look? I look very pink. Don't worry about it. So we're mostly editing and filming for the next 2 days. We're at Supergiant on Thursday recording the 4th episode of Developing Hell. We're also doing something else there, which is that the Transistor doc it's finished. I finished it last week. And then we had some people in the Discord, and also we had some folks, I guess the folks at Supergiant mentioned it too, that we didn't actually talk to Ashley Barrett at all, who is of course the singer who plays Red in Transistor, sings all the songs and is a longtime collaborator with Darren. We didn't talk to her, and yeah, we kind of figured it'd be a bit of a shame if we didn't. So we are filming Hades stuff on Thursday at Supergiant in San Francisco, and Ashley has very kindly decided to come over and also let us interview her then. So we're going to film that on Thursday. I'm basically going to cut that into the doc on Friday. So can you hear me at all?
Yeah.
I might need you to color the Ashley stuff on Friday morning or something. If you can send me over that file,
yeah, no
because I want to get it in. Sorry.
No, that's all good.
That's Jeremy's day off.
On the fly, man. This is all happening.
Right. We planned this earlier. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so that will be. So then the Transistor doc will be going up on the 13th. So if you're early access, you'll have it on the Friday before. So the week of the 13th, we have 2 developers coming in, and I feel like. Let me check my emails. I feel like I'm worried that one of them is going to pull out, but we'll see. I don't see anything there. No, and in fact the other one has just emailed me, so we better get back to them. We have 2 developers coming in, 2 games that have, there's not much common ground here. Protagonists that wear helmets. There we go. That's about as close as I'll get. We have some folks coming in from 2 studios about that. One game that's coming out and one that already came out. And with them we're going to be recording podcasts that are going to be on the podcast, and also we're recording videos over on our big white GQ wall, gamer quarterly wall. Gamerman? What did you say? Gamerman? Gamesman quarterly wall. So those videos will be cut. I actually don't know. I don't know when we'll put those up, whether it'll be a January or February thing. As Jeremy said, he's working on Gish. We've also got a shorter video with Edmund McMillan, just about more games, about all the games that he's made throughout his career, which we filmed while we were doing that. So that I'm going to get up at some stage this month too. We'll have the podcasts So for those 3 weeks, and then we'll have a patron-only podcast at the end of the month. So it's the last podcast of the month is what we're doing for patrons only. Oh, I forgot to say, the $5 patrons, of course, will continue to get the patron-only podcast episode every month. And then at the end of the month, we're actually shooting something which finally got confirmed today after a good month and a half of sort of wrangling. I think the Christmas break hasn't particularly helped us in that regard. But we can't necessarily say what it is now. There's one thing I can say that'll make it super obvious. It's a game that came out last year. We don't have a doorbell. Who the fuck rang the doorbell?
No idea.
Did that ring in here? Or was it so loud out there that it rung?
It sounded like it was inside the walls.
It did.
I thought it was in my head.
Maybe they're here. Maybe shit, we better get
Our yoga clients.
I know, finally. Great. Come on in. Gotcha. Yeah, so we're that other big dock. It's a big game that came out last year, but it's relatively local. It's not. It's on this coast, so it's not going to be a crazy one. So we're filming that for 2 days at the end of January, and when that one goes up, we don't know. But what we have done, there's another thing that's happening, is that there is now a roadmap on the Patreon homepage. So if you go to Patreon, we now have this setup, which we had this before, the list of all the docs that were made, but now there's a 2020 roadmap. So Outer Wilds already crossed out. Transistor, Gish, and Edmund Macmillan are there. Then February we have Secret AAA Project, Pyre, Hades 4. March is the History Creative Assembly. We're actually going to be premiering that at GDC. So if you're at GDC, you'll get to watch that for the first time. April, we have a really big project which we're filming in February. So we're going to spend oh god, it's so yellow now. Oh no, it's like auto white balance is on. Let me give me. All right, I'm back to my pasty white self. Perfect. Do I look white enough, Jeremy?
Wonderful.
Can you color grade me? Can you color grade my hair?
Yeah, let me boost the reds a little bit.
Please, more contrast, less contrast. Yeah, so we're going to be filming a big thing in February for the first. Not the first week, the second and third week. We're going to be in somewhere here in the States and somewhere in Europe as well for a big doc, one that people have been asking us to do for a long time, and one we've been sort of organizing with them for like, we almost did it about 6 months ago, and then all the move stuff happened and it just didn't make any sense. Yeah, that should be a fun one, but it's a big project, so we're filming in February and we won't have it out then until sometime in April, but we'll have other bits and bobs obviously around it coming out before then too, and you'll see it all if you're a patron here. You'll see us all bouncing around Europe, and we'll also have meetup as well. So if you're I'll try to be more specific, but we will have meetup in the States and there as well. We're basically going to do meetups everywhere we can now for the rest of these trips, and that's basically it for now, I think. Next week, there's a game coming through town as well that I will be previewing, so I'll have something on that up on my own channel next week. And when we do launch the new show, the new sort of point one, I think we're calling it Arcade Obscura. It'll be on that Daniel Dwyer channel, but they're getting a new sort of look up as well, where all the videos that get posted on that will say like a Noclip production. So we're kind of like unifying everything a little bit too, and that'll be filmed here. Yeah, so that's basically it for now. But there'll be more behind the scenes. It's not like before with the Patreon show where it was like one and done a month. We'll be recording bits and bobs like this all the time for patrons. So yeah, look forward to more of these. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to post this now on the internet because that's what we do here. Say bye, Jeremy.
Bye.
How's the documentary going?
Oh, it's done.
It's done.
It's not done.
We still don't know who rung the doorbell. Also, this camera overheated at one stage when I was recording it because the content was so hot. Hope you have a great week. Hope you have a wonderful 2020. And we'll see you soon. Real soon. More documentaries. The work never stops. Noclip never sleeps. Whee!